What's going on, guys? My name is Mitch Robs, and today we're going to be going over Imp South and Canny Valley Endurance. This is the last amplifier in my main Canny Valley Endurance base, so my personal base. Now, here's the deal. If you guys are a Flex fanatic and somehow managed to pick that, wait till the end of the video and it will explain what's going on with that amplifier and what will be to come with my builds for that. So stick around to find that out. So if you guys like this video, leave a like on the video and consider commenting down below if you guys are using these builds and if they're working for you. And if you have any problems, let me know in my Discord. There's a lot of people there that can help you, and there shouldn't be too many problems. I actually haven't really discovered too many people with issues on this. So that's a really, really good sign. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I have a creator card, Mitch_Robs_. If you want to use it, it really helps support me, and it's made a lot of things come true that I didn't believe were going to come true. So thank you guys so much. So Imp South, it's the south of Imp Amplifier, and we went over that last video, and the specifics on it, it gets hit like wave 5, 10, or it doesn't get hit 10, it gets hit 5, 15, 20, 25, and it can get hit on wave 30 as well. But it has all those nasty modifiers, so it has Storm Zone, it has Torn Apart, it has Space Rocks. A lot of nasty stuff that really I don't enjoy, but honestly we built around it and it's pretty easy. The big thing with this amplifier and the most challenging portion actually is wave 5. And I know that's going to sound stupid, but the Wargames modifiers make it so that really just regular husk spawn, right? There's no like crazy waves, so right? On Space Rocks, and nothing really except for regular husk spawns, and Torn Apart, nothing but really regular husk spawns. So wave 5 is actually the only wave that things can go wrong, and that's because of a Storm Zone that spawns in the middle of the block off, and we've actually done stuff to prevent things getting weird with that with the Smashers. But yeah, that's the most challenging part of this amplifier, and I think I've done a good job in solving it. So yeah, let's get into the traps and stuff like that. So we had 91 traps in this, 8,040 metal for 134 total structures from metal, and 225 structures overall. I think that's pretty good for how big of an area it is. So we're going to have anti-air traps. These are going to be 11 of these, and they're going to be 2 range, 2 reload, heals, and builds attached and durability. We're going to have a ceiling electric field with all durability, and there's going to be 5. 17 wall darts with crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability. 9 wall darts with crit rating, double crit damage, damage, durability. 2 wall dynamos with crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, heals, builds attached. 6 wall dynamos with crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability. 4 wall dynamos with crit rating, double crit damage, damage, durability. 5 floor freeze traps with all durability, 2 reload, effect, duration. 5 wooden floor spikes with 2 crit rating, 2 crit damage, heals, builds attached. Oh my gosh, talking sucks, guys. 4 sound walls with all durability, blue reload, legendary reload. 2 sound walls with all durability, 2 reload. 2 sound walls with all durability, purple reload, legendary reload. 4 healing wall spikes. 2 wall launchers with all durability, 1 reload. 6 ceiling gas traps with crit rating, double crit damage, damage, effect, duration. And 3 ceiling electric fields with crit rating, double crit damage, damage, durability. Alright, so 91 traps, and I hope you guys enjoy this and these builds come to good use of you. Now let's get on to the build, guys. Alright guys, so today we're going to be doing the final side and amplifier of my main series in Canny Valley Endurance, right? Eventually I'll go over a little mini series of Flex Amplifier, but that isn't in my main base, so that's going to be like a little side thing. But right now we're actually going to be doing Imp South. So Imp Amplifier is my C amplifier, and it's this one to the far south. And then, of course, it's the south direction. As you'll notice, the big problem with Imp South is the massive amount of area that you have to block off / tunnel off, right? If we build right here, if we jump up to right here, oh my god, I can't jump. If we jump up to right here, you can see that the spawns are all back here, right? And then there's this huge open area next to home base that they can walk. Since it doesn't get hit from that west, normally I would block that side off, but I have a little better solution to it this time, so let's enjoy it. So, spawns, right? Simple enough, they're just going to be back here along this little ridge. There's going to be one up here, and then they're just going to be back here. It's not too crazy of spawns, it's just a lot of area. But alright. So we're just going to have a converging damage tunnel. Basically, the path's going to be right here, 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 and it's going to converge into a single line towards the amplifier. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a giant plus in metal around our ghost amplifier. Alright, so giant plus around our ghost amplifier. In this particular wall on the north side, and on this particular wall on the north side, we're going to have windows. Alright? So the windows are just there so that we can shoot wall darts through it later on. On this particular southwest side, we're going to have a cone facing the southwest, and that's going to be surrounded in walls. And this is going to be a windowed wall facing the west. We're also going to have that same exact thing mirrored onto this side. So boom, cone facing the southeast, and then this is going to be a windowed wall. And that's just so wall darts can shoot through it. So the biggest challenge on this amplifier I've found, and I know this is just the weirdest thing, but it actually is wave 5. And you might be thinking, it's just wave 5, it's not that hard. For this amplifier, smashers can spawn on wave 5, and since storm zones spawn on it, there's a storm zone that could happen right here where a smasher can charge through a lot of your builds. So that's the challenge with wave 5. The rest of it's kind of easy. Tornado doesn't really affect this because it really only comes to about right here, and majority of our tunnel takes place before that. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to place a floor. We're going to place a floor, a windowed wall, a windowed wall. We're going to place a little hot dog wall right here, a hot dog wall right here, a floor, ceiling, ceiling. So let's grab this back out. We're also going to keep going forward. So behind these two windowed walls right here, so we're also going to have a windowed wall right here, by the way. So windowed wall, and then we're going to have two walls. The wall, wall. We're also going to do the same thing right here, wall, wall. We're going to go back into the tunnel, and we're going to keep going forward. So you'll see that we turn right here, and that's where our windowed wall was initially. So we're going to have another hot dog little wall right here, a floor, a ceiling, and we're going to have a low wall, I want to say. Let me see. No, we're still going to have a windowed wall. Just kidding. So windowed wall right here. And then we're going to have a low wall. And you guys will see, I do this in like every single amp, but this is just basically the combo wall dart, wall dynamo. It's like your best killing combination. Now that we have that, we're going to keep going forward. This is going to be a floor, floor, floor. So we just have 3 floors right there. And we're going to have an archway right here. This is just going to allow it to path a little bit farther this way around this. And then we'll have a little edited low wall. Edited low wall, wall, and wall. Alright, so that should be simple. That's half the tunnel right there, right? So this is literally just going to be mirrored. They're going to walk through here, get hit by some gas traps, wall darts, wall dynamos, and they're going to end up over here. So we're going to mirror that same exact tunnel on this right side now. But honestly, I'm going to start over here because, you know what? I'm lazy, and we're already over here. So I do want to add the roof on this. So 1, 2, 3. This isn't for traps, because traps right here, like ceiling traps and floor traps, are going to die to tornado. But I'm going to have anti-air traps on top of this for the space rocks. So that's why we have the ceilings. And besides, you don't want flingers sitting here throwing, right, if they do make it this far in the tunnel. I don't think they actually do, but just to be on the safe side. So we're then going to take our low walls, and we'll place 2 here. We'll get our full wall back out. We'll place 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We're going to make this a windowed wall, or make this a low wall. Alright. And we're going to keep on going through. We're going to have a floor, a window, ceiling tile above. We'll have our little pathing tile right here. So it's just literally mirrored. So we'll have our little hot dog wall here. I think we'll have a hot dog wall here. A floor. We'll have a hot dog wall here. A ceiling. No little edited window. We already have our edited window here. We're going to have a wall right here. A wall right here. A little windowed wall here. Ceiling, floor. Windowed wall. Wall. Wall right here, and this is going to have a windowed wall. And that should be good, right? Just to make sure I got it, I'm looking through my little screenshots. Don't want to give you guys false information, and that should be good. And then we're just going to have a wall right here as well. So That might be a lot, and there's also a wall right here. But this is just the outline of the tunnel, right? So you can, if you spent any time watching my videos, you know what's going to come. It's going to have some ceiling gas traps, some wall darts, wall dynamo shooting, some sound walls, all the works, right? So yeah, that's the basis of our tunnel. And you'll see over here at the start of it. So let's go all the way over here and look at it. We're just going to have 1, 2, 3 walls across like this. So like that. And then we're going to have another wall right here. And this will have a windowed wall. This will be a windowed wall. And this will be a floor tile. And this is going to be our assassin tunnel, right? Because, well, it's going to be assassin tunnel, and for wave 5, there's a storm zone that spawns right over here, and flingers want to get to that. So we're actually intentionally creating a weak point with these walls, and we're going to like block off the rest of this. We're intentionally creating a weak point with these walls so that things want to come hit on this on wave 5, and the assassin husks want to hit on this. So that's the thought process behind that. We're going to place a floor here, wall, 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 not too high. We're going to jump on up here. Theoretically, I'm just going through my screenshots. I took them really poorly this time. We're going to have a wall here. Wall, 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 and wall. And as you guys can see, they can't go anywhere this way without having to beat through something. And since this is the weakest and closest to the mat grinder, they're going to go that way. We also have to worry about flingers walking all the way around this way because this is open. Which is kind of annoying, right? So they have this pathway up and they have this pathway up. So let's go over there, and we're going to place a wall right here. So if you guys can see this little mountainous area, there'll be that ramp right there. You place the wall here, and then I just place one floor right here. All right, and that should prevent every single husks from going over there. I used to have a massive lobber shield right there. And I used to have a lot of block off there, but it's just not needed if you do something like this. And it's worked out super well for me, so that's kind of cool. We're going to then start right here at this little wall. It's a full wall. We're going to place another wall up, and we're going to have a ceiling tile. Now, one of those things is, while yes, this tunnel is symmetrical, it doesn't get hit equally. So we're just going to make a 2x2 right here. And we're also going to go out one right... I want to say right here. No. One more over. Right here. So this doesn't get hit equally, right? So if you're over here, only about a quarter of the spawns actually go through this tunnel. Most of them go through this. So I actually want to add a little bit of spawn trapping to kill smashers off on wave 5, as well as this is going to kill the majority of the husks. And the majority of the husks are going to go this way. So I want to add a little bit more protection and a little bit more durability to our traps. And the way I'm doing that is basically adding spawn trapping there. Alright. So now that we have that, we're going to work on the block off, and we'll do traps in the later half of the video. Alright, so we're going to come all the way over here to the right now. And we are going to place one cone facing the southeast right here behind this farther eastmost wall. We're going to wrap that in walls, so boom, boom. And we're also going to come directly diagonal to the northwest, and we're going to place a wall here, and a cone facing the, I want to say towards the southeast. And then we're going to place a ceiling tile on top of that. This is going to eventually have an anti-air trap. We're going to go directly to the northwest again. We're going to place a cone facing the southwest, and then wall and wall. We're going to come right over here, and we should be good on our block off on this left side. It doesn't really require much. So I'm just checking my screenshots to make sure I got everything perfectly right for you, and I did on this east side. That's good. So the next little block off area we're going to work on is this west side, and it's a little bit more extensive. So we're going to come right here, and we're going to place a cone facing the southeast. We're going to place a wall around this tile, walls around this tile, cone facing the southeast. We're going to have walls connected to this all the way over here. All right. We're going to have a cone facing the southeast. We're going to have a ceiling tile on top, and then a wall here, because that's just going to have an anti-air trap on top. We're going to have... This is going to be empty. We're gonna have a cone facing the southwest, surrounded in walls. Cone facing the southwest, surrounded in walls. Cone, oh my god. Cone facing the southwest, surrounded in walls. And cone facing the southwest, surrounded in walls. And we're just gonna have a wall here. And I think potentially we're also going to have a cone right here. So, believe it or not, that's all our block off on this amplifier. And we don't really have a lava shield. One of those things is that space rocks, is that the storm zone made it so where, like, I used to have a big giant lava shield because I didn't want flingers throwing over, but the anti-air traps are actually going to be able to kill the husks thrown on wave 5, and the tunnel's actually starting far enough out to where we don't need a lava shield on any other wave. So I'm just going to throw a couple of anti-air traps up, and that should clean up every single lava that's going to be throwing, or flinger, at those storm zones. And I know that might be, like, scare you guys, but it works out super, super well. So we're going to actually start trapping this out now. And we're going to do the little bit of obscure places first, just so, like, I don't screw this up massively. But we're going to come right over here. We're going to have a floor freeze trap, and we're going to have it all Dura 2 reload effect duration. We're going to place it here. We're going to have our heals builds detach wall dynamos, and these are going to be heals builds detach, crit rating, crit damage, reload speed. 1, 2 of them. And we're going to have a reload speed wall dart. This is, like I said, this is for the assassin husks and for, like, on wave 5 if flingers want to walk over here to go throw out that storm zone. Alright? We're then going to have our same little reload speed wall darts, and we're going to place one here. Our second one here, and then we should be moving on to, like, our sound wall portion. So we're then going to place our, I want to say blue reload sound wall. So we're going to have a blue reload, legendary reload, all durability. We're going to have one right here, and one right here. Alright, we're going to take our wall darts, and this is all going to be symmetrical, by the way, guys. We're going to have our reload speed wall darts, and we're going to place one right here. One quick thing that we're going to add is we're going to have wall spikes with heals builds attached behind our wall launcher, right here. On this inner wall right here. This wall right here, and behind this wall launcher. Because if on wave 5 a smasher does decide to charge right here, we just want these to heal back up. So simple enough. So you guys will see that these wall darts will be able to hit anything that comes through this window, or like crosses here. We're going to then place our wooden floor spikes. I just have these as the crit build ones. If you are scared of propane, I'm not too scared because I've had this work for me. You can use the blue ones with all durability. So these bad bitches. But I'm just not too concerned. I have heals builds attached on these, and I haven't had a problem with propane yet. So we're going to have that there, and then we're going to have a wall launcher with all durability, 1 reload speed. We're going to place it there. We're going to keep going forward in the tunnel, and we're going to look... Oh, that's weird. I think I built this wrong, guys. This little portion up here. Yeah, I definitely did. Okay, let's tear this section down. It didn't really place traps yet. We're going to place a ceiling tile there, and then we're going to do our little wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one right here. I did this so that the ceiling electric fields wouldn't be next to the walls, so it wouldn't ignite the propane next to the walls. Yeah, I don't know why I just either mislooked at my screenshot or what, but that's how it's supposed to be. That's not too hard of a fix, though, and we didn't place any traps. We're going to place our all durability ceiling electric fields, and we're going to place 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I misplaced. But right there. So 5 of those ceiling electric fields with all durability. We're going to have our gas trap, and this is just going to be our normal crit build one. We're going to place 1, 2 of them there. And I think we're going to place another one in a second. Yeah, so we're going to place another one right here. So that should be 3 in total right there. We're going to place our all durability 2 reload speed floor freeze trap. We're going to place it here, and you want it so it's you're looking towards the north so that they get pushed backwards. We're going to have our reload speed wall dynamo. I don't care, you guys can put heals builds attached on the back of this. I don't have it on there, but I highly suggest you do if you really want it. Alright? We're going to place a all durability 2 reload speed sound wall. So 2 reload speed. We're going to place that there. We're going to have a reload speed wall dart. So all durability, 2 reload, not all durability, crit rating, crit damage, damage, reload speed, durability, and we're gonna have it on both of those. Alright? And we're gonna keep going through the tunnel. We're also going to have a reload speed wall dart here. And we will have a crit build one right over here. I can't get back there because I'm a noob. We're going to have a crit build one right here. So the highest damage one, damage, crit rating, crit damage, durability. And we're going to have it there. We're going to keep going forward, and we will have another wooden floor spike. So I have these as the damage ones. If you don't feel comfortable with that, use the, like the blue ones. Or like a really low damage one. We're going to have our purple sound wall, so purple reload, legendary reload, so this one. We're going to place it here. We're going to keep going forward through this. We'll have an all durability, 2 times reload speed, effect duration, floor freeze trap. To the left, we're going to have a reload speed wall dynamo. So where are you, reload speed wall dynamo? My god, I think it's 130, okay. There we go. And then we'll have a crit build one. So our crit build one is 144 because that's just one of those traps I have 144. And we'll have it there. We will then be placing a reload speed wall dart. So reload speed right here. And for some reason it didn't select it. There we go. And I want to place this one too because I'm lazy. But we're going to place those reload speeds there. We're going to come right back here. We're also going to place a reload speed wall dart here. And then a crit build one, like the high hitting one right here. Okay, so that should be the majority of our traps on this left side. Right here, we're going to start placing high damaging ceiling electric fields. So 1, 2, 3 of them. And this is getting close to where the tornado hits. These may or may not break. They don't break all the time, but sometimes they will. But they're not really that important. I just wanted to zap them last second if they get close to this. We're going to have our reload speed wall darts. And these are going to be crit rating, crit damage, reload speed, durability. And then we're going to have another little wooden floor spike down here. Alright? Now, tornado is going to break every single floor and ceiling trap from here on out. So I'm not going to place those. We're only going to have wall traps. So these are going to be heavy hitting crit builds on this left side. So wall darts and wall dynamos. And then on the right side, we're going to have the reload speed ones. So we're going to have our reload speed wall darts. Boom. Boom. And then the reload speed wall dynamos. Boom. Okay. So this is literally in case a smasher gets right here. Like, I don't mind the smashers running the bridge and it works perfectly fine. But the less that you have them run the bridge, the less likely it is to fail. Because weird shit happens in Save the World. You can't prevent it. But this is just to prevent anything from that gets this far. They're just going to get nuked down. So we're just going to go right back through this tunnel, and we're going to add all these traps that we normally were. So we're going to have our reload speed wall dynamo. Boom. We're going to have our crit build wall dynamo. Boom. We're going to have our floor freeze trap with all durability to reload. Our wooden floor spike. So where is our wooden floor spike? Because I suck at finding it. There. We're going to have our floor freeze trap. And I'm just doing the floor traps right now. And then we'll have our wooden floor spike right here. Because apparently I didn't put that floor earlier. We're going to place our reload speed wall dart right here. Boom. We're going to have our hard hitting one right here. We're going to have our blue reload sound wall. So blue reload sound wall. Blue reload sound wall. Wall dart with reload speed. Wall dart with reload speed. Wall dart with reload speed. Ceiling tile right here, and this is going to have a gas trap on it. So crit rating, crit damage, crit damage, effect duration. All Dura 1 reload speed wall launcher. We're going to have to the right here, we're going to have, let me check it just to make sure. It's symmetrical, so I could go back through my tunnel, but hey, it'd be like that. We're going to have our wall dynamo. And like I said, I highly suggest putting the last perk as heals builds attached. If you are scared of propane, but I'm not. In this particular case, I'm very scared of propane normally. But we're going to have a ceiling gas trap. We're going to have our sound wall, and this is going to be an all durability 2 reload speed one. we're going to come right over here, and this is going to be a reload speed wall dart. So let's go find it. This will also be a reload speed wall dart. We're going to have a ceiling gas trap. We have our wall dart right there. We're going to have our purple ceiling or sound wall. So it's going to be a reload speed that's purple and then a gold reload speed and all durability. We're going to then have another wall dart, and I just have this as reload. So let's grab it. Reload speed. And that should be all the trapping, believe it or not, in this little short portion of the tunnel. So our main tunnel, that's all trapped out. Now we have a bunch of anti-air traps that we need to place. But that's really about it, believe it or not. So we're going to come right here, and I suggest before placing this anti-air trap, go ahead and upgrade the stuff under these like floors, because you'll forget about it later, because I have before. But we're going to take our normal anti-air traps. We're going to place one right here. Anywhere that there is a ceiling drop trap, you should never place these, but we don't have ceiling drop traps on this, so it's not that big of a deal. We're going to place one right here. So we're going to skip this first tile. We're going to place one here, 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 and here. So just following our ceiling, we're going to do the same exact thing right there. Skipping our ceiling gas trap one. We're going to place one right here, and I believe that is all of our anti-air traps. And these are solely for Wave 5. These will never get used outside Wave 5 and Space Rocks. And it's just for those flingers and lobbers that want to throw at the storm zones. Because if a lobber sits right here and throws at your storm zone, and there's no anti-air protection, they're just going to keep pounding these two tiles, and it's going to break your tunnel right here. So that's why we have it. And I've seen up to, I think, 4 lobbers on that wave throwing at once. So you need 2 of these anti-air traps per lobber. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all those 8 are going to be able to handle those 4 lobbers, and we have extras just in case. So that's the logic behind having so many anti-air traps, and I know it freaks people out because they think it's going to lag it, but it's really not. But yeah, I actually think that's the end of the build. I'm going to go over my screenshots real quick just to make sure I did everything right. But I actually don't think I missed anything right there. And that was super short and sweet. It was pretty easy. A lot different compared to my old Imp South build. I would say, at least. So we'll go over here and make sure I placed all the wall darts and stuff. So wall dart there. Okay, so I do have one wall dart location, and it's just gonna be right here. It's the reload speed one. We're gonna place it right there. I have had a blaster come right over here and beat on this, so this will just kill him before he gets there. But that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Now this is actually the amplifier I didn't have gameplay for, because I don't know. I just, in all my runs that I was trying to record, I didn't get it, and honestly, I'm not going to go run it again to get this on the off chance I do get it on Wave 30. So I hope you guys enjoyed this series, and we will do a mini-series for Flex eventually. Now, if you ask me about Flex Amp after this video, I'm going to be so pissed at you, because I'm about to explain the process of why you aren't getting it just this second, and what the difficulty is with doing it. Alright? So this is going to be a little learning session for you. This amplifier, Flex Amp, it has a north, east, and south direction. So normally, if you have Imp Amp, you generally have you have Tornado, you have Storm Zone on this amplifier. I want to say, and no, you have hotspots on this amplifier. You have hotspots on this amplifier. You have everything that happens to tunnel on this amplifier. So you would have hotspots, you would have mist pods. You'd have that little works. So there would be different hotspots locations. So there would be some in here, some around here, some in between the Imp Amp block off and stuff. And then if you don't have amplifier and you have the rest of them, this actually has the Tornado, Storm Zone, Space Rocks. So you have a whole different set of modifiers. And then the tunnel north or tunnel east hotspots hit on different locations. So you physically can't do a one build tutorial for Flex Amplifier. So it's going to be dependent on your amplifier setup. And that's what I'm working on right now, is I have to appease a lot of you, and I'm figuring out how to do it. Because it's not just as simple as, okay, well, I'm just going to make one build and it's going to work for everybody, because the hotspots hit on different spots, Tornado hits on different spots. there's different block off connections between imp and stuff. So that's what we got to figure out. As well as I know the people that have tunnel east, and this little flex amp, they have smasher wave on this, and this isn't going to work because this is where the spawn is for flex north. So I suggest just taking them right through here or taking them up through this left pathway. But when I do get to that point and make that video, you'll see what I do for it. But yeah, I mean, that's the closing thoughts on this series, and we will do a mini series for flex when I get it all fleshed out. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this series. Let me know how well your runs have been going. If not, report any bugs in my Discord, because that's important to me that I know what's going on. And I really appreciate you guys' time and commitment to these builds and watching my channel. Alright, peace.